Most Western men think they know what Chinese women want in a relationship, but the truth is, almost nobody outside China talks about what really matters to them. And here's the surprising part. The things they value most are qualities many older Western men already have, yet never get credit for in the West. So today, I'm going to reveal what Chinese women secretly look for, based on real conversations, real experiences, and real cultural insights. Not myths, not fantasies, and not the shallow clichés people spread online. And if you're a man over 40, you're about to discover why so many of them appreciate men exactly like you. If you're an older Western man interested in dating in China, or simply curious about cross-cultural relationships, this video will give you a deeper, more honest perspective than anything you've heard before. Let's get into it. Chinese women want emotional stability more than anything else. This comes up constantly in conversations. Chinese women often say they want a man who brings calmness, clarity, and consistency into their lives. Not excitement, not games, not drama. Why? Because younger Chinese men often face incredible pressure, career, family expectations, financial milestones. That pressure can spill into dating, creating uncertainty and emotional turbulence. So when a woman meets an older Western man who doesn't explode over small things, communicates like an adult, handles stress with perspective, and stays consistent in his actions, it feels like a breath of fresh air. If you're a man over 40, this is your natural advantage. You've lived enough life to stay grounded. And Chinese women notice that instantly. They want a man who listens. Truly listens. In the West, especially online dating, people often talk at each other, not with each other. But in China, conversation is a pathway to emotional connection. Women want to feel heard, understood, and emotionally safe. When you listen without rushing to solve everything, when you're genuinely curious about her experiences, when you ask thoughtful questions, you stand out more than you can imagine, because what you're giving her isn't attention, it's presence, and presence is rare. Chinese women value reliability over perfection. This is something older men underestimate. Chinese women aren't looking for a perfect man. They're looking for someone who keeps his word, someone whose actions match his promises, someone who shows up when he says he will. If you say you'll call, call. If you say you'll meet on Friday, be there on Friday. If you say you're interested, show it. In China, reliability is seen as respect, and respect is the foundation of trust. Older Western men often excel at this because they're past the play games phase of life. They mean what they say, and they follow through. That alone makes a tremendous impression. They want a man who knows what he wants. This is where many younger men struggle. Uncertainty, mixed signals, fear of commitment. But Chinese women appreciate decisiveness, not controlling behavior, but clarity. If you know what kind of life you want, what kind of relationship you want, and how you want to build a future, you become incredibly attractive. Not because you're older, but because clarity feels safe, and safety is deeply valued. They want emotional warmth, not flashy romance. You don't need grand gestures. You don't need to act 20 years younger. You don't need to be someone you're not. What they appreciate is quiet, steady warmth, sending a message asking if she got home safely, remembering something small she told you last week, supporting her without smothering her. It's subtle, it's mature, and it means far more than flowers or expensive dinners. This kind of warmth is often natural for older men, because life has taught you what truly matters. They want a partner who helps them feel grounded. This point is rarely talked about. Many Chinese women grow up balancing high family expectations, demanding careers, a competitive social environment, a relationship that feels grounded, stable, steady, secure, is incredibly appealing. When she feels calmer around you, more herself around you, more confident because of you, that's when real connection forms. Older Western men often bring that grounding energy without trying. It's simply who they become over time. They want a man who respects culture and shows curiosity. You don't need to become an expert on Chinese traditions. You don't need perfect Mandarin. You don't need to fully understand everything on day one. What they want is curiosity. Ask questions, be open, try new things, respect the differences. When you show genuine interest, it sends a clear message. I respect where you come from. And respect, more than anything, is what builds long-term trust in cross-cultural relationships. They want a future with someone who acts with integrity. This is the deepest point on the list. Integrity. Chinese women want a man who stays true to his word, behaves honorably, treats people with kindness, and has a strong moral core. This is not about being perfect. It's about being authentic and principled. Younger men often haven't lived enough life to fully develop this. Older men have, and Chinese women appreciate it more than you can imagine. So what do Chinese women secretly want in a relationship? It's not money. It's not status. It's not youth or flashiness. They want emotional steadiness, reliability, warmth, curiosity, communication, and integrity. If you're a Western man over 40, here's the truth. You already have many of these qualities. Qualities that go unnoticed in Western dating culture. Qualities that are deeply valued in China. And that's why so many older men discover a level of connection, appreciation, and emotional fulfillment in China that they never thought was possible again. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I create honest, respectful, and eye-opening content for older men who want to understand dating, relationships, and life in China on a deeper level. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.